Ranking every U.S. state capital by how likely I'd be to use their name for one of my future children. My last name is Brown, so that's a factor here too. Let's go. 50, Little Rock. Little Rock Brown? No thank you, that's horrendous. The only person who could get away with using this name for their child is Dwayne Johnson. 49, Baton Rouge. This word literally translates from French to English as red stick. Do I really want my child's name to be Red Stick Brown? No. 48, St. Paul. Boy, oh boy, are we setting this kid up with some high expectations. Imagine he's like the worst behaved kid ever and his name is St. Paul. 47, Santa Fe. Now, unless this child is born on December 25th, I'm not naming him after Santa Claus. 46, Oklahoma City. We are not putting the word city in a kid's name. 45, Jefferson City. I mean, I guess you could call him Jeff for short, but obviously city is still in the name. 44, Salt Lake City. Salt by itself? Sure. Lake by itself? That's fine. All three together? Absolutely not. 43, Harrisburg. This is just way too obvious the kid was named after a city. I know that's the whole point of this series, but this can't even be hidden. 42, Indianapolis. I mean, I guess you could call him Indy for short, but just way too clearly a city. 41, Annapolis. Same thing, but you can shorten it to Anna. 40, Des Moines. This word literally translates to of the monks. I'm clearly not a monk, so this is not fitting for my kid. 39, Carson City. We were so close to being top 5 with this one, but it was ruined by the city at the end. We're not putting that in a kid's name. 38, Nashville. Same thing. Nash would be acceptable, but throwing the ville at the end, just not happening. 37, Springfield. So the kid's name would be Springfield Brown. Fields in the spring are bright, vibrant colors, not brown, so this would not make sense. 36, Tallahassee. This is just a mouthful and not going to be very easy for the kid to spell by the time they get to kindergarten. 35, Sacramento. Another long one, 4 syllables. That's going to be a toughie for a 6-year-old to spell. 34, Montpelier. Just an odd-sounding word. I'm not using this for a kid. 33, Dover. He's probably going to get jokes for his entire life asking if his first name is Ben, and I don't want to make him have to deal with that. 32, Columbia. Just sounds way too much like a city. I mean, I know they all are, but there's just no hiding it with this one. 31, Concord. Same thing. I just feel like you can't justify using this for a kid's name. 30 is Providence. I mean, it's not awful, but I just feel like it's not name-worthy. 29, Hartford. Again, I mean, it doesn't sound terrible, but just doesn't sound like someone's first name either. 28, Richmond. Now, yes, you could call him Rich for short, but when I hear the name Rich, I think of someone who's like in their 60s or 70s, not a little baby. 27, Frankfurt. Again, you could shorten this one to Frank, but also doesn't really feel like a little baby's name. 26, Bismarck. I don't love the way this name sounds, but I do like alliteration, and with my last name, this baby's name would be Bismarck Brown, so that's why it made it this far. 25, Columbus. Not bad for a last name, just don't feel like it works for a first name. 24, Honolulu. A little bit of a mouthful and might be hard for the child to spell while they're young, so that's why it's knocked out here, but you could shorten it to Lulu, and I think that's cute. 23, Helena. Now, if you pronounced it Helena, I've actually heard some people name this before, but still not my favorite. 22, Olympia. This would feel like a decent name for a girl if I were Greek, but I'm not, so it doesn't really represent me. 21, Albany. Definitely would be unique, but I don't feel like it's too bad. 20 is Augusta. You could call her Augie for short. I mean, I don't love it, but it would definitely work. 19, Atlanta. Now, when you hear this name, obviously think of the city because it's so well known, but I do think this could work for a name too. 18, Juneau. It's definitely unique. Probably not many, if any at all, people in the world with this name, but it doesn't sound too unrealistic. 17, Topeka. Another one that might actually be real for some people in the world and doesn't sound too bad. 16, Pierre. If I were French, this would work, but I'm not, so it's gotta go. 15, Cheyenne. Now, I am incredibly sorry for what I'm about to say if this is your name. This is totally a valid, real name, but when I hear this, I feel like it's an 82-year-old lady sitting in a nursing home, not a little baby. 14, Montgomery. Another one that I've heard before for a name. It's not my favorite, but it's decent. You can make it work and call him Monty for short. 13, Raleigh. I don't know if I've ever heard of anyone with this name, but it definitely sounds like it could be one and it's unique. 12, Lansing. Same thing. I don't know if there's actually people out there with this name, but definitely sounds like it could be a real one. 11, Denver. Now, it's not my favorite, but I definitely have heard people with this name before, and it sounds decent with my last name. Denver Brown, not bad. 10 is Phoenix. Definitely heard this one before. Don't personally love it, but it works. 9, Trenton. Another very real name, and you're going to call him Trent for short. 8, Boise. Only made it this far because my last name is Brown and I love alliteration, so Boise Brown to me sounds fantastic. 7, Charleston. I think this would definitely work well for a girl. Call her Charlie for short. The only problem here is my last name is Brown, so the kid's name is going to be Charlie Brown. I don't love that for a girl. 6, Boston. Again, we're back with alliteration. I just love the way that Boston Brown sounds. 5, Austin. Another very real, totally normal name. 4, Lincoln. This one is actually pretty common in the area where I live. I know several kids with this name. Totally would work. 3, Jackson. A very common name. I like the way it sounds and it works well with my last name. 2, Salem. I've just always loved this name and legitimately considered using it in the future. My high school's name actually was Salem and I had a blast there. Love that place. So definitely has special meaning to me. But even besides that, I think the name sounds good too. And number 1, Madison. I definitely would like to use this for one of my future kids. I think it would work for either a boy or a girl. Sounds good with my last name. Madison Brown has a nice ring to it. I love this one.